Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Operation Gunrunner. This is a dynamic airsoft milsim that can last up to 16 hours. I'm going to be building guns, pointing them at protesters, climbing in and out of vehicles, getting in a ton of firefights, and I'm going to bring you along for the full thing.
Enemy! 50 meters from my front! Come on! Get the
Okay, before heading to the milsim, I need to get my gear set up. The first thing I need to figure out is which gun I'm going to bring. Usually I grab my Wolverine MTW. The performance is unmatched, the thing is fantastic. But lately, I don't know, HPA guns are just starting to remind me of Nerf guns, and I've just been getting kind of bored of using them. I love gas blowback guns, but I'm always worried about how effective and practical they would be in a milsim. You don't know how long you're going to be on the field for. You might be out there for hours at a time. And when you only have 30 rounds per magazine and you need to fill them with big bulky propane canisters, they just don't seem that practical. However, it's worth it. These things make airsoft just so much more fun. And at the end of the day, that's the whole reason why I'm airsofting in the first place. So I said, you know what, screw it. I'm bringing a gas blowback rifle and I'm gonna see just how practical it really is. I grabbed my GHK AK74U. And on an airsoft gun that has absolutely no mounting points, I'm gonna have to get a little bit crafty with how I build this thing. So to get this thing ready for the game, I had to first consider what the game was going to entail. I knew that it was gonna run during the day and night, so I needed to make sure that the gun was night capable. So the first thing I wanted to put on was an IR laser illuminator, but to do that, a little bit easier said than done with this gun because there is no mounting points. There's no Picatinny rails and there's nothing. So to solve this issue, I first found some scope rings that I had laying around that had Picatinny mounts on them. And sure enough, they fit perfectly around the AK74U flash hider. But because it was two scope rings that didn't have any threads on them, I had to zip tie them in place. And I have no clue if this is gonna hold zero or not, but it's felt pretty sturdy and didn't really move around at all when I tried to crank on it. But then I picked the thing up and realized that because this is a post-pandemic GHK AK, there's a bit of a bend in the gun itself. I don't know how well this is gonna work. I'm worrying about zero. I should be worrying about making sure the gun is straight. Anyway, so with that taken care of, I was able to mount the laser on the front. It's the same laser from before. It's a HoloSun LS321. This is a class 1 laser IR combo, so it's not gonna break or burn anyone's eyes out if I shine it at them. And with that taken care of, the next thing I needed to figure out was how I was gonna mount a flashlight on this thing. And you know what? There's no better way than just taping it right onto the front. So I attached a Repro Surefire light to this like mount, put it on the front of the gun, and just used some blue electrical tape and taped it in place until it didn't wiggle around. And hey, there we go. Look at that. You know, I could have built like a high-speed Mark 18 with a bunch of good stuff, but you know what? Sometimes you want to tape a flashlight to an AK and go shoot around in the bush. I don't know. So to control both the laser and the flashlight, I was going to need another like button switch thing. I had this extra one laying around. I'm pretty sure it's like another Repro one, but you know what? It works. I plugged it into both the flashlight and the laser, put it on top of the handguard, tried to find a good spot for it, and then used some of this rifle tape to hold it in place. This tape is great because you can reuse it. It comes on and off. It's waterproof. It only sticks to itself. So it worked perfect for putting this button in place. It was around this time that I was thinking that this whole tape situation might not work when I'm actually out in the field and that I should just probably go with like a Zenico lower to hold everything in place properly. But I don't know. I was kind of liking the tape. So now I needed an optic. And as much as I wish I could have taped one onto it, I did need to find some sort of proper mounting solution for the optic. So I used this side rail mount, hammered it in place. Whenever someone has an airsoft AK, I don't know, they think that they can they're like, it's an AK, it's meant to be beaten. It's an airsoft gun, okay? It's not an AK. And this is a GHK, so this is even more breakable. I like doing this stuff because it reminds me that I'm not out here trying to kill Osama bin Laden. I'm not some elite operator. I am just a guy going out to the woods to shoot little plastic balls at people hiding behind wooden pallets. With that said, I will be using extremely high-tech and very expensive pano night vision to... I'm not joking. I'm using this completely unnecessary night vision. You'll see later. Then I put a Holosun red dot as far forward as I could on it with the lowest mount I had. With this red dot, I'll be able to do some passive aiming at night, so I don't need to give away my position. So that will, hey, it's gonna be good. So next I loaded some mags with some 0.4 BBs so that I could have very nice range and good accuracy with this thing. I set the hop to get them flying just how I wanted to, and then I did the thing that no airsofter ever bothers doing, myself included, which is zeroing the optic. Once I had it zeroed, I co-witnessed the laser to the red dot, and bada boom, I have now a decent zero that will help me actually hit people while I'm out there. So with my gun taken care of, the next thing to focus on was what my rig was gonna look like. I recently picked up the Faro Concepts FC PC whatever, the new one, and I wanted to try this thing out. Since I was using AK mags, I was gonna need to use a pouch that could actually hold these larger mags. Unfortunately, the Haley Strategic Micro, I forget there's a bunch of letters and numbers after it, was able to hold the AK mags decently well. Although in the 5.56 insert that I got for this thing, some of the fabric ripped before I even used it. So one of the like mag retaining pieces just kind of falls out of the pocket that it should be in. But I mean, it still works. It's fine. There were some other options that I could have used, but because this is Airsoft and I don't want to just throw away my $100 gas mags, I needed to make sure that I could re-index mags fairly easily. And as nice as some of the Spiritus Systems stuff is, it's kind of hard to re-index mags with their inserts, so this was working fine for me. I tested it out by running around my yard to see if it was going to fall off the plate carrier, and you know what? Works fine, so there we go. Next was my kill rag, so when I get hit, I can pull out a nice big red flag to let people know to honestly keep shooting me, because that's the way it usually goes. I put this one on the side of my like cummerbund, so I can basically just pull it, and yeah, it works pretty well. I can just stuff it back in the pouch. It stays attached to it, so I'll never lose it. Then lastly, my tourniquet. This is very important for milsim games. You need to have one of these on you, because if you die, you can have someone put it on you. So I just stuffed it in one of the pistol pouches for this front pouch that I have. There's better ways of doing this, but this is fine. And with that, my rig was taken care of. Next up was my helmet. I hate wearing a helmet, but if I want to record these games and then later use night vision at night, helmet's the way to go. First thing I did was put a big giant kill light on the top of the helmet. This one has a physical switch on it, so I will never need to bend over and say, is my light on to someone else. It's also very bright and very red, so everyone on the enemy team, and let's be honest, my own team, knows exactly where to shoot. Shoot right at the dead guy, so that's perfect. And when night falls, I will switch to night vision, and for that, I am using the most ridiculous, unnecessary night vision for Airsoft. Nothing like running around with a AK74U with a flashlight taped on the front of it and panos. You know what? It's gonna be good. Lastly is clothing. So I'm on the camo team, which means I have to use camo gear. It can be any camo, but it's got to be camo. And unfortunately, it's calling for a lot of rain. So I'm using the only kind of rain jacket I have, which is this. I believe this is Polish camo. Yeah. For footwear, I'm using these boots, and they better do their job, because a few weeks ago I got some stitches in my foot because I kicked a tree. It was healing pretty good, but then I accidentally dropped a tripod on my foot, and it landed directly into the wound from where the stitches were. So it's looking okay, but when you get out there, the rain, I don't know. See what happens. The field we're playing at is the Compound. It's a brand new field for Ontario Airsoft, and it is phenomenal. It is one of the best Airsoft fields I've ever played on, if not the best. It's incredible. So I showed up, got my stuff loaded up, went over to registration, got all of my paperwork submitted or whatever. Then I went over to the chrono. Fortunately, my guns were shooting fine because I chronoed at home. But with all of that taken care of, finally brought my gear over to CP, and we got going with the game. So the story of the game is that due to government policies, plummeting economic climate, and waning population morale, fed-up civilians have begun the development of small self-built, self-governed villages and shanty towns along the Canadian and US border. Weapons manufacturing around the world is at an all-time high as a consequence of the multitude of conflicts globally. These towns are used to spearhead illegal smuggling of firearms across the border into Canada. The former leader of the ERT, which is the Emergency Response Team, the military team essentially, is stationed at Forward Operating Base Bordertown. He has abandoned his government. Facing communications breakdowns, rogue attacks, and lack of reinforcements, he joined forces with an anti-government radical group. They began to steal what they can from the FOB and its surroundings. They then disappeared deep into the woods of northern Ontario. Because of this communication breakdown, the emergency response team has dispatched a military unit to the border town to investigate rumors of gun smuggling, as well as many other high valuable objects hidden around the area. This unit consists of several heavily armed vehicles, and that is exactly where I find myself, on board one of these vehicles heading to that town right now.
Yeah, no, please. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it's here.
Go guys, roll!
Track the music. Yeah, dude, music. Blast it with music.
What the hell's going on?
That is a protest.
Oh, the protest?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. What are they upset about?
We're gonna swap it. Alright.
What the hell?
This is so funny. Smoke. Keep your eyes peeled, guys. You're already in the field.
Yeah. Watch behind this right here on the right. This is the medic building. What the hell?
Get the fuck out of here!
What the hell? Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up!
Come on! You guys suck! Get the fuck out of here! Hey! Do that again, and I'll fuck you up.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm acting near my goddamn town! Good? Get out of here!
No! It's not going anywhere. Get the fuck out of here! You and your buddy, Cooper.
What are we doing? Are we moving this?
Have a plan. What's up? Oh! Contact! Get out!
Okay, barrier's clear. Barrier's clear.
Push through, let's go!
I'm dead.
And after waiting 5 minutes to bleed out and taking a long walk back to our CP, and then back to the field, the protest was still going on. At this point, we were told to treat the protesters as hostile, and if we wanted to, we could open fire on them. But I was a little apprehensive about doing this.
We're doing it? We have friendlies in there, right?
No.
No? That tree they can hug right into.
Okay.
And it dips down so they can get low in there and shoot up into us. Oh, we got a enemy on the Vic. Enemy on the Vic. On the side of the bunkers. He's on our vehicle.
Ours, okay, yeah.
He's poking it right by the back brake tire. I might be able to get him underneath.
LMG! Contact 10 feet on the side of the Vic.
I see his feet. Oh no, he's... No, it's an NPC.
We were told that getting our vehicle through this roadblock was going to be next to impossible for the time being, and that our best course of action would be to go left and drive it down one of the main roads this way. The problem was that this road was very exposed to the other team potentially attacking us from the woods. Since we couldn't really see into the woods and they could easily see the road and the vehicle, we were on high alert as we moved down this road.
Hey guys, all round defense! 5 and 20s, we might be in flank from inside the woods!
Yeah.
We good?
Yep.
Jump up. No medics attached to us or anything. We're just sort of like freewheeling at the moment.
So that's what happens. We have to wait 5 minutes and then we can walk back to CP.
I think that's what I'll just keep doing.
Let's figure.
Oh, that freaked me out. The music.
Have a comm box somewhere? So we're not actually on the radio yet. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, everything. You should have taken it like that. Contact me!
Usually when I'm posted up like this, I'm listening for anything I hear in the woods, but unfortunately one of the photographers was playing music from a speaker and it kind of made it a little bit more difficult to hear what was going on. And as a result, we got flanked pretty hard. Yeah, you know what? I probably wouldn't have heard them anyways, so I can't blame the music. But so after another 5 minutes and an even longer walk back to CP and then a walk back to the field, we decided this time we were going to take a route that didn't involve walking down the main road. We were trying to get to and secure a forward operating base, which would provide us with another place to respawn on the field, so every time we died, we wouldn't have to walk all the way off the field and all the way back. This would be extremely beneficial for the entire team because it meant that anytime any of us died, we could respawn fairly quickly and be right back in the action. And thus, we could maintain more field control and have a higher field presence.
Enemy? I can't tell. Can you tell?
No, I can't see. I didn't see them. Oh yeah, no.
Are they enemy?
No, that's camo. It's camo. He's got woodland. Yeah.
Camel up here, guys.
What?
Ammo down here.
Okay. Yeah.
We're taking fire from the tree line. I don't know.
That tree line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push that.
Okay.
I can hold here for a bit. Move up slowly, Beaver. Just to your right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push forward, mate.
Sure.
Okay.
Enemy! 50 meters to my front! Keep pushing! On me! To me! To me now! Straight through!
Got one. Got one. Got one.
I'm moving! Cover! Move! Fight through! I'm on back! Fight through! Fight through! Magazine! Pushing right!
I don't know how many of them are dead in that bush.
Push through! Stand by! Stand by! Covering! Move! Next ball! Pushing left! Coming through!
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Going. Yeah, Jesus.
Hey, good shooting, mate. Sorry if I kept on flying, I couldn't hear you saying hit. Hey, Camo! How many are left? 3! Come to the road and follow my voice in!
We heard some of our squad mates calling for help a little bit further back in the woods from where we were, so my squad mate left to go try to help them while I maintain our position. At this point, I heard him die, and I knew that there was enemies in the area.
Yeah, I'll call that. Technically a gun hit, but it's right in front of me.
Not wanting to be alone on the field, I opted to call myself out and we once again walked all the way back to our CP. This time, however, I decided to switch guns to a full auto SMG that I had. This was my MP9. This thing absolutely rips and it's so much fun to use on full auto. Our mission was to make our way to the now friendly captured forward operating base and reinforce it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what actually would be good? Reverse and just give us a slight cover so we can get
I don't know. We're probably getting out of here in a second, so.
with a gunner.
He's sitting in the window, aiming this way. He's got a bead on us. But if you back up,
We're gonna reverse. Murder everything you see with a gun.
he's in the window. First building in the window right there. Like what with the flag below the window.
Watch out, there's a hole there.
Oh. Watch out for these landmines too.
Yeah. You seen any yet?
No.
They might not have. You keep saying there's a golf course.
Kiwi wants to get into the fob.
We were told that enemies may attack from the rear through the woods, so we went and positioned ourselves out in the woods and waited for them to attack.
Fault.
Cover in! Move it! How far do we go?
Not that far.
Move it!
I think we're out of range now.
Okay. Feel. I've got eyes on the right.
After successfully defending the forward operating base for around 2.5 hours, we were tasked with pushing forward into the field to try to secure some more ground. This field is filled with actual mines. If you step on them, they will coat you in this like flour type stuff. And while we were walking through the field, we ran into one right here.
I kind of put a little leaf back on top of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's the mine right there.
Yeah, there's another one just a little bit further
Enemy,
that way.
or well,
Just
anybody.
Just put them on the road.
Oh, that'd be kind of fun.
Who's got radio? Who's got radio? Ask him if we're allowed to move mines and put them on the road.
No, because the vehicles break them.
Oh yeah, yeah. They have to be off the road.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Remember he said that they can't handle the weight of the vehicle?
Yeah.
This was the entrance to the minefield, and we thought there might be a chance
Right.
that there may be something of value hidden in this minefield. So we went looking for it.
Oh shit, maybe that's it. That's it. Open. There's money. Oh.
Piece. They said it was reading.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
This is the piece. Alright, boys. Let's get this back.
What this big block of wood was part of a Predator drone. There were several parts to this that were scattered and hidden throughout the field, and if one team managed to find all the parts, they would essentially win the game. That made this an extremely valuable thing to get back to our CP. The only problem was it was like 1,000,000 pounds. It was basically pouring rain, and we were not at all close to the CP. If we were to have been shot while carrying this thing, we'd have to drop it, and the other team would easily grab it and bring it to their CP. So we loaded it into a vehicle, gave it to them, and they got to drive back and take all the credit for finding it. You know, you're the one who finds the big wooden thing, load it into another man's car, and hey, Hey, now he found it. But that's fine. As long as we got it back to CP, everything was good. That would essentially prevent them from winning, which is arguably more important than trying to get all the pieces yourself. So we pushed further down the road and set up basically a military checkpoint that would hopefully deter anyone from the smuggling team from making their way down to our forward operating base so that our vehicle could safely pass back to CP.
I can spray into that spot. Yeah, good idea. Oh, I got movement behind the whatever it's called, the bunker there. They're in the woods behind it. Yeah, they're about there. I would guess that they're gonna jump into the bunker. Oh no, you're okay. I won't. Yeah, you're totally fine. Oh, sorry. Yeah, not even close to you. Yeah. You're a million miles away. He can fire again. He can fire again. Every time I go up there. Ah, hit. Oh, hit.
At this point, it was just downpouring. There's pouring rain, just downpouring at this point. And we were dead, so we figured we'd go take a look at what was going on in the town on our way out of the field. In the town, they had a real, fully functional store. Like a real airsoft store that you could go with real money and buy gear in. I thought this was so cool that just have this right in the middle of an airsoft game. There was also a few doors down, a place where you could buy food too. And there's like hamburgers and hot dogs. But I was soaking wet. All of my gear was soaked through. So we made our way back to CP and I made my way back to my car to take a look what was going on with my foot. It was not looking too good. It was starting to ooze pus because it was soaking wet. My boots, and despite being fully Gore-Tex and waterproof, I guess I had stepped in something that, I don't know, soaked it. But yeah, foot wasn't looking too good. So I changed my socks, dried it out, and pushed on through because it seemed like it was going to be okay though. Apparently the forward operating base was under heavy fire and one of our vehicles had ran out of fuel next to it. This is a problem because if a vehicle does not have fuel, it cannot return to CP. It's essentially stuck on the field and you need to send fuel to that car before it can drive back. So our task was to make it to the forward operating base and deliver fuel to this now completely immobilized vehicle. We knew that going down the main road was going to basically get us killed, and since we were carrying fuel, which was a very valuable asset, we opted to take the very long, slow, and quite frankly wet route to essentially sneak all the way there. But ooh, it was something.
We can't forget the fuel can. We need that still.
Coming through! Keep firing! Oh no! Oh my God! Take that!
Crossing the road. In the little village, there's a contact in the village across this.
I'm on the fucking baseline! On me!
It's in the bush.
Rapid fire!
Going over.
Pushing! Over it!
We got 3 over, 3 over. I want to keep eyes down the road. We got people watching on the road. Make sure you don't forget about that. No, there you go. Just hear gunshots. And one through.
I'm actually with this vehicle, but it's slowing down. I guess we're just sort of like bolstering manpower around here.
Yo! Look sharp! Civilians! We cleared a few guys out that were pushing you.
What's that?
We did clear a few guys out that were
Thank
pushing
you.
just there.
I got fucking I was like, I'll just go in front because I like to collect fucking rounds.
We made our way into the forward operating base and secured it. However, we heard that there was another enemy team approaching to try to capture it back from us and that we were to hold this position as long as we could and stop them from capturing it.
Where do you see him?
Well, I just heard there was an LMG in the building across there. I didn't. We got another vehicle. They're crossing. He just went into the bush there.
First time I did there, bro, and that shit uncomfortable. How many cross?
Well, one guy. Bright green shirt, white pants.
Average tree beside the vehicle?
Yeah. They're good.
Nope, that's where we said though.
They're in that too. They're in the building. The main building directly across from us, the one with the window that's overlooking the road. He's right in the window. I'm not gonna play dodgeball with this guy.
Do you see them in the building on your right?
I see the main building behind with the tire line, the one that we were in where the NPCs were.
Yeah, okay.
He keeps peeking the window every like few minutes, but freaking fogging so bad. He's got his arm out now. He's waving to someone. Oh, dead. Dead.
That's go back. Don't even peek, my guy. Don't even peek. Can't mark it off. Mine will refuse to.
3, 2, 1.
Are you dead?
Nope. Will you come closer to me if I drag you?
Yeah.
Squeak.
You can throw that on my arm.
Yep. Is that a headlamp?
Yeah.
Ah, whatever. It does the job.
Guys, we got 2 guys rushed out.
You're good. Buddy who's dead, 9 minutes.
Oh, that's it. I hit you in your crotch.
Bro, why am I even reviving you?
Where am I gonna go?
Yeah.
Shutter real well. We'll get the no shutter real well.
Does command know the situation here? They're coming down the road. They're coming down the road this way. Just got one of them. Do we have a friendly in that bush?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever's in the bush, look down the road.
Right behind you.
Hit.
This is 5 minutes, no?
Hit.
They want right behind the wall! Hit!
Dead.
So why are we getting shots though?
That's a lot of hits.
JT, how long have you been dead for? On TV, boys. Yep. Yeah.
After a questionable trade, I guess you could call it that, or maybe not even was it. I don't know what happened there. We were wiped out.
I guess we can't really. We're
What?
gonna get shot 27 more times. Gonna wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So we took the long walk back, straight back to CP. At this point, my squad mates and I had walked probably like 30 kilometers back and forth. So we said, you know what, no more walking. We're getting in one of those vehicles and we're driving straight into town. So I grabbed, I have to admit, I did bring a Mark 18 with me just in case I wanted to try it. We loaded into the vehicle and started heading into town. Being in this thing, well, it kept me dry and off my feet, which was nice. It did not keep my lungs clean because the cab that we were in here just kept filling with exhaust. It was, oh man, it was bleak in there.
Maybe some bigger fans or something.
Yeah.
Just
What does that mean?
Turn off the engine! Turn off the engine!
It gets bad, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, right, we got friendlies coming up behind us. They are coming to the building. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 30 meters away to the right. Looks like an NPC is getting in the vehicle.
Alright, we're out.
Was that in the back? It wasn't in the back. Where'd it hit us? Side? Okay. There's enemies out there. Holy fuck!
Jeez.
That was right there.
Here.
My ears ringing.
I'm down! The gun doesn't feed!
Oh yeah, I see him.
Oh, we got
About right.
people in the church, second story, bottom floor as well. And then there's a guy in that Echo building. And it looks like they got a vehicle coming in. They have their vehicle down the road, the white one. With 2 turrets on it.
4-door is approaching.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? Jam. Oh, stop jamming. Oh, goddamn. Oh.
What is that?
Just the gas leaking out.
Oh.
Oh.
Selling me on this gas stuff.
Yeah, this. Don't bother with this one. Fuck this sling, hold it. Mix of exhaust and propane.
Yeah, rotate it.
There's a code up there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That rain or BBs?
Must be rain.
Oh yeah. There's gas in this one.
It's a fun game.
He hit it.
I think we're actually dead as a vehicle.
Thanks.
Shit.
Hit!
We're dead.
Dead. Dead.
Getting to be that time of day.
Medic!
Dead.
By this point, it was nighttime, and unfortunately, my recording solution did not end up panning out. Unintentional pun there. It didn't work quite as well as I thought it would. I built this post that attaches to the back of my rig, and my plan was to connect a GoPro to a PVS-14. And it worked well enough for a while, but as I started to run through the bush, the GoPro got kind of turned around and ended up recording like not what I was aiming at. So I have several hours of footage of just nothing you can see, and it's very unfortunate because we led a successful raid to one of the forward operating bases, eliminated a ton of people, and then took out an entire squad. And I was so excited to see the footage when I got home because it was so cool, and it just looks like this. The other problem with the recorder, and this one should have been obvious to me at the time, when you turn it on, the GoPro has a big bright red light that yeah, that's not the best thing to have on you when you're trying to sneak around at night. So when I got home, I took apart all of my guns, cleaned them out, first by stripping them down, then cleaned out all the dirt, grit, sand, water, whatever, then reapplied lube to all of the components that needed it, and they were good to go. Lastly, I wanted to see what had broken on my GHK Mark 18. When I was in the vehicle and I was trying to shoot out of it, it gassed out multiple times, and I suspected that something was up with it. Sure enough, when I took out the bolt, the nozzle was completely loose in there, falling all over. So it told me that the nozzle return spring had broken free. So easy fix, but kind of annoying that it happened on the second mag. So that was good.